Tonight on A New Breed of Golf, I'm giving you a read on the Masters. Let's do this!
A New Breed of Golf with Michael Breed is brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball in golf, and golf's symbol of excellence. And by FootJoy, and the new Tour S, their most powerful shoe ever. And by Golf Pride, the #1 grip on tour.
Welcome to A New Breed of Golf. I'm Michael Breed. So excited to have you back in the studio on this post-Masters Monday, and what a Masters we were treated to. Fantastic play by Jordan Spieth on Sunday. Ricky Fowler played a wonderful back nine, but hats off and congratulations to Patrick Reed on the great play that he had. I actually believe that Patrick Reed put himself in position to win with two really key shots on Saturday. One was on the 15th hole. He had a little pitch for eagle that he ended up making, and he then hit a shot on 17 that was over the green after he three-putts 16 for a bogey. He hits his approach to 17 over the green, has a really delicate little pitch shot, and he gets that up and down, ends up making par, and gives himself a 3-shot lead over one player and a 5-shot lead over two players. Now, when you have this shot, this is a shot you struggle with, and I want to talk to you about one of the reasons why you struggle with this shot and how you can make this shot, put it into your arsenal so that you can shoot lower scores. First thing that happens to you, you get on these sort of tighter lies and you start to get a little bit nervous. And what you do is you grab a club that doesn't have a lot of loft to it because you think, well, you know what, I'll just hit this along the ground. Not a bad idea. But what ends up happening when you do that is a couple things. One, you lose spin. Two, you lose trajectory. And when you're playing greens that are very, very firm and fast, what ends up happening is your friend is trajectory and your other friend is spin. So here I am with a little 9-iron. I've got a shot that's about 20 yards, which is really my approximation as to the distance that he had on both 15 and 17. This with a 9-iron. And we hit that shot. We carry it just onto the green. Really good looking shot here. Excellent distance control, but I want you to pay attention to what this looks like when this golf ball leaves and it gets into the air. Pay attention to this. Carry distance there was about 8 yards. Total distance went about 20. So we had a greater roll than we did distance in the air, which means we didn't have a lot of spin. In fact, our backspin number here shows that we didn't have a lot of spin. We need to make sure that we get a little bit more backspin on that golf ball. And then back down to here, apex is 2. It's a wonderful shot, but we need to be able to hit that shot that's got a little bit higher apex and create a little bit more clubhead speed. In fact, what I want to do with my clubhead speed, it has to go up. This is only about 16.8. As the clubhead speed starts to go down, so does that ball speed. We have to get some clubhead speed, not ball speed, but backspin. In order for us to get that backspin number up, I need to have a little bit more clubhead speed. So we need a different club. And the club that we're going to go to is going to be this 58. Now, one of the things that Patrick does is he has a 61-degree wedge, but he has it at 7 degrees flat. That obviously allows him to take that club and open it up. And I don't know that I've ever seen anybody open up their club face as much as Patrick does. Now, let me get to this in a second. I'm going to get to what Patrick does. As we take this shot with this 58-degree wedge, when we hit this, I want you to just look at the numbers and how the numbers are going to change a little bit, and then we're going to change them even more. So, 58-degree wedge. Now I hit that shot up into the air. I got it just a little bit farther than I wanted to there, but again, let's go over here and see what happens with these numbers because we're going to see them change a little bit. First of all, backspin now doubled. That went up to 4,200. The ball speed got a little bit faster. Obviously, my clubhead speed went up to 23. That was down at 16. So we got a little bit more clubhead speed. The ball only went 21.7 yards, so it only went maybe a yard farther than what we had. But look at how far I carried that ball. Almost double. Almost twice as far. I was at 8 yards, now I'm at 15.6 just by getting this 58. And then my apex, well, that almost quadrupled. That almost got up to 8 feet. Now what we want to do is we want to learn how does Patrick do this so he can get this ball to get up there and he can get it to bite. Well, first thing he does is he takes that club face and he opens it up quite a bit. I had a chance to spend some time with Patrick out at the President's Cup last year, and it was awesome to watch him use the club itself for what the club was, change the lofts and alter it so that he could get the ball to react the way he wanted to react. We still want to get that spin rate, want to try to get that thing above 5,000 or at least approaching 5,000. And what we also want to do is we want to be able to get this club head speed going a little bit faster. So when we take the club and we open up the club face, I know many of you are thinking to yourself, if I open up that club face, I'm going to hit it right in the blade. No, you're not. Because what happens is the surface area of the bottom of the club, where the bounce of this club, is going to get such that it's going to glide along the ground a lot easier. So we take the club and we open this up. Now, that will typically throw the ball up into the air. I don't want to hit it up into the air that high. I want it to go up. I don't want it to be down at 2, but also don't want it to be up at about 15 or 18 because now I got to swing a lot faster, a lot fuller. So the way we do that is we stand a little bit closer. So Gibbsy, if you can give me a camera 1 shot here, and what you're going to see is that when I'm in here and I get this close to the ball, the heel of the golf club is up in the air. In a typical situation, if I was opening up that club face, I might be back this far. When I get in here a little bit closer, now all of a sudden the toe of the golf club is into the ground. And now I hit that shot. Now watch what happens on this shot. This is a fabulous shot. So I opened up that club face. Now you're thinking to yourself, when I open the club face, I'm going to hit that ball up into the air. Remember our last one, the apex was about 7. This is about 6. So we lowered that by getting closer to the ball and putting that club out on the toe, setting it on the toe so the heel was up into the air. Now look at what happened to the spin rate, 49.41. We round up. We've told you that already, so we're already at 5,000. So we got a little bit more spin on that golf ball. That's going to make it stop. Now look at what happened to the shot. I flew it about 14.5 yards, and it released 5 yards to 19.5. Greens are pretty fast. That's what you're typically going to see, firm and fast greens. But the spin rate was way up. My club head speed and ball speed both are going into that upward direction. So now as I'm starting to get those to work properly, now we get a really good outcome. Greg, let's show those shots that we just hit so everybody has an idea of what that's going to look like, because this is really interesting. You can see the red one. Yeah, beautiful. Swing that around. That red one there is the one that we hit. That was the last shot. And what you can see is the apex is lower. And also what you're going to notice, and I don't know if you can swing this around even more to see that second hump, the second bounce. Go back to the other side. And what you're going to see in the second bounce with the green one and the red one is they're both about the same little bounce. This is great. Right there is perfect. And so you can see they're both about the same. But look at how much that green one rolled out versus how much the red one rolled out. And that was also with a lower apex. So many of you believe that if I get a lower apex and it's a little bit flatter, that golf ball is going to roll out a lot. No, if I have a little bit faster club head speed and I get a little bit more spin on that golf ball, which you're going to get when we get faster club head speed, that ball when it hits is going to stop. So how do we execute the shot? Very simply. What you're going to do is you're going to get into this with your most lofted club. I've got a 58. I take that 58 just like Patrick. I'm going to open that up. I'm going to stand closer to that golf ball, gripping down on it. And when I come through here, I'm going to really be aggressive with that shot. And when I get aggressive with that shot, now I'm going to hit a golf shot that's going to flight out. And, whoa, we hit the pipe. That's what you're going to do. Now listen, we got to take a little break here. When we come back, I'm going to talk to you about another thing that I thought Patrick did a wonderful job with, and that was making those must-make putts. And he did it on Sunday on 17 and 18. How can you make the must-make putts? I'm going to show you that when we return.
A New Breed of Golf with Michael Breed is brought to you by Titleist, the #1 ball in golf, and golf's symbol of excellence. And by FootJoy and the new Tour S, their most powerful shoe ever. And by Golf Pride, the #1 grip on tour.
Back on A New Breed of Golf, I'm Michael Breed. So we're talking about Patrick Reed and those key putts that he made both on 17 and 18. Those are those must-make putts that you're faced with and you're struggling making them. Well, I've got a little thing set up here to teach you how to do it. Now, on our green stage and with the Big Moss putting green, what we see is that this ball's got a little break to it. You can see the way we've lifted this up. I've got a string going on a straight line, and then I've got these tennis balls over here. Now, these are on the low side. How is it, why is it that when you're faced with this, you're not making these putts? Well, the reason why is when you get into this putt, you're looking at the hole and you're not playing enough break. What's the maximum amount of break that you can possibly play to get this golf ball to go into the hole? So let me put this down and show you what this is going to look like. What happens is the following. The mouth of the hole is right in here. So if you look in this down the line shot, I'm looking at the entry point being right here. So we're just going to drop this into the cup. The entry point is right there. Now when it comes out, now it starts to come out this way, and it has a little bit of break to it coming off of the starting point of the golf ball. And so what you can see is how much movement this putt can have. And right there, if I start this out there, those tennis balls should never even come close to getting hit. So let me take this string out of the way. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take one more tennis ball, and I'm going to put this tennis ball back over here. Now this is going to be the idea of how much break I'm going to have and where my spot might be that I'm aiming for. And the reason why this is important is many of you are going to stand over a putt like this and you're going to figure out, well, do I hit it on the line that I see or do I pick a spot at the end? There isn't really a wrong answer to that question. You just have to be fairly consistent with it. So if I stand up here and I'm aiming at that tennis ball over there at the end and I just want the ball to kind of start at that and not go any farther than that, well, now that golf ball can go into the hole very easily. If I'm one of those people that sees a line, now I'm seeing that rope or that string along the ground, and now I'm going to hit that into that. And I pushed that one a little bit, and that's why it hit that last tennis ball. I tend to be more of a spot putter. So you can see that one there went farther than the tennis ball that I had at the end, so it didn't take the break and doesn't go in. So what we're going to do is when we take these practice strokes, what I want you to do is I want you to feel the speed of the putt, how hard you're going to hit it, to get it to go that distance of the golf ball. And what I have found through my practice time is that when I start seeing that spot down there, that tennis ball that's down there, now all of a sudden in my mind, all I'm doing is hitting it that far, and that one there was a little bit soft. Now, one of the things that you can do, we can take these tennis balls out of the way, and all you have to do is just take the tennis balls and set the tennis balls at an angle like that. So now we're just dealing with the mouth of the hole. This is a wonderful shot in the down the line view. And you can see now I've got a little gate that I'm going through there. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit this putt and try to get it to go through that gate. Nope. Got a little bit of work to do. It's intimidating. That was really good. Maybe just nudged that low tennis ball. Now, after we've done that, and you've gotten a feel for this, now what you're going to do is you're going to go through your routine. And what I love about Patrick Reed, and what Patrick Reed did, and you'll notice this on the 18th hole, he sticks to his routine. And he doesn't pause from the last time his eyes come back to the golf ball. When his eyes go from the hole to the ball, that putter moves right into motion. This is a wonderful way to get you started in your putting stroke. So you go through this, you're looking at your target, you're taking a practice stroke, maybe two. You go up here, you look at what you want to look at. Maybe you're looking at the front of the hole, maybe you're looking at the entry point, maybe you're looking at the spot. Whatever it is that you're looking at, you look at that thing, and when your eye comes back, it throws the ball or the putter into motion. So we go from here to the ball, and then the putter goes into motion. And what that will do is that will help you initiate your putting stroke. Last one here. Okay, so what you want to pay attention to is the following. One, Set up some blocks. Be comfortable with this. These are your must makes, but you have to hit the ball on the line. You've got to get it started properly and see the entry point to the hole. When you look at it, where does the opening to the hole appear to be? Is it in a clock? Is it a little bit to the left of 6 o'clock? Is it coming in at 7:30 or 7 o'clock? Is it coming in on a right to left putt? Is it coming in at 4 or 4:30? What is it that you see? And then how is that coming out? And then what's the speed that you want to hit that at? And you have to work on that. Take a tennis ball. You can use tees as well. You can put them into the green and avoid those tees. You see Tiger Woods all the time working on his putting stroke, getting that putter to go through the gate. People are also, it's very common to see golf balls set up in a little gate so that the golf ball has to go right through the gate. There's a lot of little things like that to get you to get that ball started on the right line. And once you do that, you've got the ball started on the line that you want. You also have the speed that you want. What you're going to find is when you're standing over those must-make putts, you're going to make a lot of those putts. I want to thank you so much for watching A New Breed of Golf. Remind you that we're here every Monday from the studio helping you play better golf so you can lower your scores and have more fun. We'll see you next week.